into the water. Rocky and Ben were playing football in Wellington Square. It was a sunny and warm day, and they were enjoying themselves. They were kicking the ball to one another, trying to score goals. Kevin was standing in the square watching the boys. Rocky and Ben knew he was there, but ignored him. Kevin continued to hang around and watch the boys play football. He was waiting to be asked to join in, but Ben and Rocky knew he always spoiled the game, so continued to ignore him. Kevin decided to walk over to both boys and asked, "Please, can I join in?" he asked Ben. "No, you always spoil the game. Go away and find something different to do on your own." Kevin looked at Rocky. "Please, can I join in too? I like football." "No," said Rocky. "Go away." Rocky and Ben continued to play football. They had the ball and kicked it to one another. Rocky kicked the ball, and before Ben could kick it back, Kevin ran over and gave it a mighty kick high up into the air. The ball went higher and higher and higher, and then came down with a splash in the pond. "Look what you've done now," shouted Rocky. "You go and find my ball and bring it back now." "No," said Kevin. "You do it yourself." "I don't want to get wet." The ball was bobbing about on the water. Rocky and Ben walked over to the pond. They kneeled down and tried leaning over, but the ball floated further and further away. "This is your fault," shouted Ben to Kevin. "You get into the pond and find the ball and bring it back now." "Or else what?" said Kevin. Rocky left Ben and Kevin continued to argue, and he went off to find Max the dog. When he came back with the dog, the ball was still in the water. Ben and Kevin were still shouting at each other. "Go and get the ball, Max," said Rocky. Max the dog wagged his tail and jumped into the water with a splash. He began to paddle towards the ball. When he reached the ball, he put his nose against it and pushed it along to where Rocky was standing. "Good dog," Rocky called as Max got nearer and nearer and nearer to the edge of the pond. When Max was near enough, Rocky got on his knees and leaned over to take the ball. "Well done, Max," said Rocky. Max jumped out of the water. Rocky and Ben moved away from the dog, but Kevin was not quick enough. Max shook himself, and all the water went all over Kevin. Kevin was cold and wet. Rocky and Ben laughed, and Kevin had to run off home to get changed. "That's okay. Serves him right for trying to spoil our game," said Ben. Rocky bent down to pat Max. "Good dog," he said.